2023 season from the nursery, which, everything has now been transplanted out. Actually, I'm planting a few more things. This was the heat I used, to keep things warm in April. Actually, no, I started late. I started late in May. So I have a couple of things I'm replanting here, like cucumbers and peppers and more peppers. But everything has been transplanted out in the garden. So for the most part, so I'm about to take you to a trip. Some things I'm going to leave in there actually, like the celery. I'm not sure if I'm going to take them out. I'll probably just let them grow in the pots here. But the other things I'll take out, like the zucchini. I had to replant again because and some more beet, because those did not come out well. So this is a greenhouse here that I use during the early spring. So nice size to stand in. So I'll take you out to the garden now. All right, so this is it. This is the garden. Interestingly enough, I had to put a couple of center poles in there because it kind of collapsed. I'm not the greatest engineer, but to keep the squirrels out, had to do the fence, kind of caged it in. But as a result, the wasn't too sturdy because there was no central, construction thing. I don't know what do you guys call it, but we needed a couple of poles in the middle to hold the thing up. Still kind of bent, but for the most part, they should be fine. So this is the garden. Just gonna take you bed by bed just to show you what's been happening so far. We got what is this? The chives. That's still, it's an annual or perennial? No, perennial, because they come back every year. So that's been thriving on this bed. Also, we have some peppermint. For some reason, a huge plant that was here for years kind of died and sprung up here, a couple of spots. So these two spots, but I put some celery, lettuce. Put some lettuce in this bed. This also comes up every year. This is a lavender plant. We have a sage plant. First time I'm seeing it with flowers. And we have oregano, Greek oregano. That's a perennial also that comes up every year. So pretty much this is a lettuce bed. Planted some lettuce, transplanted them out here. I think this is a carrot. I'm not 100% sure. I tried to pull it out and then I think I saw a carrot, so I put it back in, but I don't think it'll make it. But I was kind of surprised it was that tall, or it come back, a year from last. So over here now is the giant collard bed. I have two of these going. So if you take a look, they grow pretty big. I mean, the leaves are usually huge. Looks like something is starting to eat them already. Not good, but I guess you have to share your crop with animals and insects and things like that. Well, no animals at this point. So this is another bed here with collards, giant collards. I have a couple of fruit trees. I think these are blueberry plants. It's been a struggle, but maybe in 10 years they'll start to grow. Over here we have, what do you call this thing? I think it's is it beets? I don't remember, but these actually came back this year. I was surprised. And I tried to transplant a few that was kind of like in the walkway here, and then they kind of died. They never made it. So I guess they don't like to be transplanted, which is kind of strange because I did transplant a whole bunch of them from the nursery. So again, I don't remember. No, radish. These are radish. Yep, because I had this from last year. Yep, that's radish. So this is the radish bed here. And over here I have mustard. It's a mustard bed. I have a mustard bed going here, and then right next to it I have a kale bed. Did really well with kale last year. I had both beds with kale last year, but this year I just concentrated on one bed with kale. So this is an unknown bed. A bunch of stuff came up in the nursery. I had no idea what they are. I didn't try to use the app as yet to figure it out, but I just transplanted them over here for now. I think that one looks like a pepper. I think I recognize it. These may be cucumbers, I don't know. But I just put them here. Maybe I'll transplant them out later. And then over here, I have a beet bed, probably about 12 plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 plants so far. And then next to the beet bed is Swiss chard. I love Swiss chard, so I have a whole bed of Swiss chard. And then over here, yeah, these are the radish. This is a radish bed over here. So these were transplanted and they're coming up pretty nice. Like I said, that bed over there is the other radish bed that I had from last year. And the plants came back up, which is kind of strange. This is my strawberry patch. That's a perennial. So every year they come up like clockwork in June. And if you notice, lots of strawberries already. They started in June. Lots of strawberries. The squirrels were having a feast last year until I got the fence up. And over here, I have a bok choy bed. Now these, I'm just praying I do well with because these slugs, they love them. But right now it's been dry. This June has been dry, so they haven't showed their faces yet. But like I said, I did see a hole in that collard, so praying that that's not the case, because sometimes no matter how you spray them, they seem to come back. So that's a bok choy bed. And a couple of tomatoes over here, continues over here. Tomatoes. And that's it. That's the garden. So I'll come back in July and see how things progress. You know, it's just nice planting. You know, your time spent in the garden is really worth it. So I'll see you in July, see how things progress. Just want to show what a difference rain makes. So of course I got the fence that's all, the garden that's all fenced in from top to bottom, keep out the squirrels. And just like a week ago, some of these plants were just transplanted, so they're kind of making its way up. And then it rained a couple of days and everything just broke out of their shell. Here it is again. We have the chives and some peppermint in the back. And then we have these lettuce growing here. We have a lavender plant here, sage, start a flower, Greek oregano, and continue with what is this again? Lettuce. Turn around here, we got the collard. They just shot up. Gotta keep an eye out for slugs, but the leaves are really starting to spring up. Of course, over here is the persistent strawberry bed. It's about my second huge harvest here of strawberries. Yep, more giant collards here. Blueberry plant. It's been like 4 or 5 years now, I think it's been growing. One over here. It's not doing much yet, but hopefully in years, in due time, it will spring up. More giant collards here. We have a radish bed here. Started to flower already too. Interesting. I guess we won't be getting a lot of radish. Probably have to use the leaves. Since it's starting to flower already. Yep, definitely starting to flower. And these came up by themselves, so they may be wild radishes, but I'm not certain because I did plant a whole bunch over there, and I think it's the exact thing, so I'll have to double check. And here I have the mustard, a bed of mustard, green. Over here is kale. One bed of kale. And then over here is a bed of the unknown. Probably have squash, pepper, and everything else growing here. I'm not sure what's what. I have to do a PlantNet app to see exactly what it is. And then over here we have the beet growing here in like 6 plants. And then the rest are switch chard. Okay, this is chard over here. Chard rather, chard. And yeah, back over here is the what do you call it? The radish. So I have to check out and see what the difference is. Of course, these were only planted about maybe 3 weeks ago. So again, the whole stretch of strawberry. And then back over here, have the tomatoes growing. Coming up nicely. And then over here, these are doing really well. A couple more tomato plants, and these are the back chow. The rain did them really good. They're growing up nicely. And that's it. That's the garden. It's the all fenced in from top to bottom. Keep out the squirrels. And that's all she wrote.